Hey guys, it's been about 18 months since I finished the shipping container workshop, and I've got some lessons learned from when I actually set all of this up, so I figured it might be time to do a bit of an update on how everything's gone in this shipping container and things I would do differently the next time for those of you interested. I've gotten a lot of interest, especially from neighbours and people that live in the same town as me. This is a very good solution, especially if you don't own the house. If you're just renting, then at least you can pick up your workshop and you can move. So what I'll do is I'll do a quick workaround of the things that I've done and what I would do differently. So hold on to your hats and I'll just go through these things step by step. So a few things that I'll do differently. If you have a look up at the ceiling there, you can see some ceiling battens that I have, some that are external. The glue that I used was a really expensive kind of Sikaflex or a Sikaflex equivalent, and I used to glue up some ceiling battens that would be covered by the ply, but the glue gave way and fell down, which is really odd because I used really cheap glue in the walls, and the cheap glue that I used in the walls is still sticking like poop to a blanket, but the stuff that I used in the ceiling has already given way a long time ago. So I had to put up these other battens which are just notched in and put up in the I-beams, which are going to have my rolling bridge crane, and it's keeping all the roof and everything nice and solid. So that's one thing I'd certainly do differently. One of the other things I'd do differently is I'd probably use a textured, I'll just spin around here, I'd probably use a textured water resistant ply in the future. I think this ply here is a 21mm ply, and I use caps head screws, which are a bit of an irritation. Like when I go to roll out my finger brake at the back there, it catches on the heads of the screws and it's a bit of an annoyance. But other than that, I guess everything else has worked out quite well. If we look at the things that I'm very happy with, that's quite, there's quite a lot of those things, I guess. I'm very happy with this electrical box here. This is a construction electrical box that you find here in Norway. And of course I fuse all of my power supply from my rotary phase converter here to the fuse box there. And the fuse box then runs into all the power that I have in the wall. So you can see I have power points everywhere. So I have a power point there and power point back there. I set it out so I had power points at every machine. So I used a bit of grid paper and just mapped out how the shipping container would look. Of course I have a load of power points at the workbench. So there's one there. There's another one there. So that's worked out really well. Another thing that's worked out really good is the Powerline Wi-Fi extender. So I run this about, I don't know, say 40 feet from the house, and I'm still getting good data rates inside the shipping container. If I didn't have this, I couldn't have Wi-Fi at all in the shipping container. So very happy with that solution. Another thing as well is these little grey IKEA cabinets. They're very low profile. They have the glass fronts on them. So with those glass fronts, I'm able to see everything that I'm storing inside these little cabinets. So that worked out very well, and being low profile, they're not in my face when I'm standing at the desk or at my workbench. You can see the workbench is there, and then you can see the little cabinets are quite low profile, so it doesn't give you that claustrophobic feeling. Another thing that's worked really well has been the infrared heaters. These infrared heaters are really good. They're 1000 watt, so I have this one here on the thermostat, so it's not plugged in at the moment because I don't need it running currently in summer. And then I have a backup one at the back wall if I need it. But generally, even if it gets down to minus 25 degrees here in Norway, I always keep the temperature at about 18 degrees in the workshop, so I can walk in and it's always nice and pleasant working temperature. So another thing that's worked out really well has been just putting these tool boards everywhere. I have no lack of mounting options for putting tooling or sandpaper like you see here, or files. And it's really important, like being able to keep a little workshop like this tidy is absolutely critical, because it can get out of hand really fast, because I only have, I think it's 12 point something square meters of space, so I have to keep everything absolutely tidy. Another solution that's been really good has been using these plasma screen TV mounting brackets for my tool boards for the machines. So here you can see I have all my lathe tooling, or most of the lathe tooling that I use quite often, right next to the lathe. So I can pull it up away from the wall, so it's within reach when I'm standing at the lathe working, so I can just take the tool holder straight off and I can use it very, very easily. So that's been really good. Another benefit has been the huge excess of lighting that I have here. I've got excessive lighting because I think it's important to have a lot of good lighting when you're working. So here you can see I even have a really nice desk light here, because the other thing too is when you're working on little fiddly things, you know, you need as much light as you can possibly get. So that's worked out wonderfully. So they're the things that I think have been really good, on top of having lots of storage in terms of those heavy duty drawers that I have at the back there, and then material storage that I have here. And then I've also got a cabinet with all the milling accessories on the side there that you see. But other than that, that's my workshop. Very, very happy with it overall. And just to prove to you guys that I am in a shipping container, I'll walk out here and I'll just give you a quick look. So there you go. We're in a 20-foot shipping container. So I'll just walk back in, and there's the single phase 16 amp supply that runs the rotary phase converter. It keeps all the machines running. So there you are. There's the shipping container, and so far it's been a success. I'm very, very happy with it. So stay posted. I'll have some more videos shortly about tools and why I went with the sorts of tools that I did, and you know why I decided on the machines that I did as well. And there'll be some videos on how to select some machines for a small home shop. Right guys, thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, just post them down in the comments.